First of all, I would like to thank the CSpathshala, Sonia, and Pune Knowledge Center for inviting us to share our experiences and learning on this forum. You all know Sudoku, right? Many of us keep on solving Sudoku as an entertainment, right? How this Sudoku is the part of computational thinking and what kind of skills we are looking at when we are solving Sudoku. This activity we are going to enjoy here today. We will be starting with this activity. And for this, we have my two faculties, my two colleagues here. First, I would like to introduce them, and then I'll request both of you to take the session. So we have Prachiti Dharmadikari. She is the mathematics HOD from my one of the branch, School of Scholars, Amravati in Maharashtra. And welcome, Prachiti. And yes, we have another faculty, Ashwini Udkere. She is also the head of the department for mathematics from School of Scholars, Akola branch. Both of them have contributed a lot in the capacity development of the teachers for mathematics, as well as when we have started this initiative of adoption of CSpathshala curriculum by integrating it with mathematics and ICT. So welcome both of you, and over to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks for a wonderful introduction. So the team is here. We have been groomed by CSpathshala and our resource center academic head, Geeta ma'am. So thanks a lot to them for bringing this into our curriculum, because we are finding many changes, and in some of the classes we have also observed that the interest in the subject has been growing a lot when we have started implementing this computational thinking in our curriculum. So as Geeta madam has said, let us start with the Sudoku problem. Okay, so I'll just present the screen. Just a minute. Yes. Okay, teachers, let us understand what is the Sudoku problem and how can we make it very interesting for our students, as well as it can be an energizer to bring the systematic approach in the problem solving. Why I said energizer? Because it gives some energy also. It pours a lot of energy in the children when they start solving the Sudoku problem, and unknowingly they adopt the systematic approach, computational thinking. They break down the problem. That is the term which we use as a decomposition in computational thinking. So all these aspects unknowingly the children are applying. And through this, we can bring computational thinking skills integration in our curriculum. So let's start with the Sudoku problem. Let us begin with the simple 4x4 Sudoku. So what exactly is the Sudoku? You can see that there is a grid here with some numbers placed. So this is a 4x4 Sudoku in which we have numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and as you can see here that this grid has been divided into 4 mini grids. These thick lines are dividing this complete grid into the 4 mini grids. Now which approach is used here? Decomposition, right? Now what exactly we are supposed to do in this Sudoku problem is all these numbers 1, 2, 3 or 4 has to go in every cell. Okay, and we have to ensure that every row, column, mini grid must contain 1 to 4 numbers, provided in the row or the column the number must not be repeated. So before we start, we have to make the children aware about what exactly is the Sudoku and how they have to proceed. Now, what do we mean by the systematic approach? Because see, if you can see here, no, randomly also children may try it out. If you just take a grid and give one worksheet of a Sudoku problem to the students, what they will think? They will just randomly try up the numbers, that 1, 2, 3, 4 here and there. They will put up and then they will check it out whether the Sudoku is getting cracked or not. But what we want our children to do is they should adopt the systematic approach, which in turn will help them in the further type of problem solving, because this is a thinking skill. This is a skill which we want our students to have. Now, how we go ahead with the systematic approach. Okay, just have a look at the first mini grid here. Okay, now what is our rule? We want 1, 2, 3, 4 these numbers in every cell of this grid. Now you can see that 3 is already present here. 3 is already there. Okay, which numbers are missing now? 1, 2 and 4. These 3 numbers we have to put up in the remaining cells of this grid. And what is the rule? We have to take care that the number must not be repeated in the row or the column. All these aspects at a time we have to check. So let us start with the number 1. Now this is a rule. Why? Because we are going by the systematic approach. So always we'll be starting with 1, 2, 3, 4 likewise. So let's start with 1 and see that where we can have the possible position of 1. We have to fix or freeze the position of 1. Okay. Now what do we see here? In the second column, 1 is already present, right? So can we have 1 in this second column of the cell? So is it possible? Ashwini, can you help me out for this?
No, we cannot place 1 in the same column, as 1 is already present in the same column. At the same time, we have to look for the row also. Since we are focusing on the left topmost grid, so there only 1 number is fixed, so another 3 numbers to be placed in the remaining 3 cells. And for that, systematic thinking and proper selection of number is also required, and that is to be done by looking at the available numbers in the row as well as in the column. So as 1 is already there in the same column, we cannot place 1 in the
right. Thank you, Ashwini. Thanks a lot. So as teachers, you can see that in this column 1 is already there. So here we cannot have in this cell. These 2 cells are eliminated. So here we are adopting elimination also. So we cannot have 1 over here. So the possible fixed position that we can have for 1 is below 3 in the mini grid, right? Now after 1, the next number we'll be checking for 2. So let's freeze for 2. Let's check it out where we can have 2. So again, 1 is fixed. Let's start with 2. So can we have 2 in the first row? In the first row, it's not possible because we cannot take 2 because already 2 is present in the first row. So clearly the position for 2 is fixed here, right? And now the approach is we want to complete the mini grid with all the 4 numbers. Okay, so now 1 cell is remaining. So here the last option that remains is 4. So the first mini grid we have completed with 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers in each cell. Okay, now let's go to the second mini grid. So in the second mini grid here, what do we observe? 2 is already there. So the numbers missing here are 1, 3 and 4. Okay, so systematic approach, again and again we have to check it out and take care that we have to go ahead with the systematic approach. Otherwise, because this is a 4x4 Sudoku, so little bit easier to solve. But don't allow your children to solve it randomly. Just make them follow the procedure of systematic approach, because that skill of thinking we want to develop among our children. Okay, so let us start with the number 1. So let's have a look at this cell, second mini grid. And as you can see here, in the second row, 1 is already there. So these two cells already are eliminated. So we can fix the position of 1 beside this 2, right? Now, after that, the numbers remain are 3 and 4. So let's think and just let's find out which are the possible places for number 3 and 4. Okay. So if you look at this, here also, can we have 3 here? Both of these positions are possible for 3. So we are going to put 3 and 3 in both the cells. But now what do we observe? In the last column, 4 is already present. Yes, you can see 4 is already present. So this cell, we cannot have 4, right? So now here 4 is not possible. So which is the fixed position we can have for 4 is this one, right? So now we have fixed the position of 4 and 3 likewise. So here we have completed the second mini grid also. Let us move on to the third.
Doing, the teachers are also solving. She's putting in the chat box.
Yes,
Yes.
responses are there in the chat box that they are sharing the possible position for all the numbers.
So
Yes,
maybe
yes,
Prachiti, next mini grid, you should ask one of the teachers to solve.
Okay,
Yes.
so they can do it, but they have to do it with the approach.
Exactly.
First, they will be fixing the position of 2, then 3 and 4.
Yes.
So teachers can just give their responses in the chat box, or they can share.
Yeah, you can unmute and tell Prachiti how to solve it. Teachers, come on.
Yeah, share your answers and you can say which cell you would like to fill up first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? So in the third mini grid, you would like to fill the first cell, right?
Yes, this is
Yes.
the third mini grid and 1 is already there. So we want to fix the position of 2.
Yeah.
So where 2 can be placed? Can anyone from the participant share the position or the possible place for 2?
I mean, you can unmute.
Cells.
Yeah, you unmute and
first
tell,
row.
right? Yeah.
In first row, last box.
First row.
In first row, last box.
Okay, just a
This-
minute.
this one.
First row, last box here.
2. No. This
Are
one.
you talking the row of the particular grid or the whole?
No.
Sudoku?
No. Is it in third grade?
Third grid, first row she's talking about.
Yes.
Third
yes.
grade, first row.
First row in a
Okay, so these are the possible positions for 2. Actually, no, we have to check that which are the possible positions of 2. Both of the positions, initially we consider that these 2 places are possible. Then we will eliminate the one which is not suited there. Right? Okay, correct. So what
So
next now?
as 2 is there in the second column, so in first column, the third mini grid, when we are solving, the possible places for 2 are like first cell and the third cell also. So all possible places we have to check and we have to place the number accordingly. Later on, we can eliminate for freezing the position of the number in the cell.
Yes. So here these two, these are the possible positions for 2. So let's try it out for 3 now. So where we can have 3 here.
3.
Okay.
Okay.
So here we can have 3, right? Now 1 and 3 is fixed and 2 and 4 are not fixed. Now 2, we have these 2 possible positions. Let us check where we can have 4 in this cell. So again, what do we observe? Let us observe the last row here. In the last row, we already have 4. Isn't it? The blue shaded
Yes.
row, you can check it here. So 4 is already here. So in this place, we cannot have 4, right? So 4 goes above here. And then here, the 2 can be fixed in this place. Okay, so we have solved the third mini grid. Now let's move on to the next one. Again, let us start with the systematic approach. We have to start with 1, 2 and 3 because 4 is already present in this grid. So,
Yeah, I think anyone can for participant now tell it, right? How to do?
yes, that would be, yes.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Any one of you can unmute and speak.
Yeah, come on, teachers, come on, fast. I mean, that's
One,
it.
2, 3, 4.
So one, where can we have one? Can we have one in the last row here?
Below 4.
So you can see that in the last row and the last column, one is already present, isn't it?
So the last row, it will be 3.
No, actually, see, no, what means you are correct, but just check it out that we have to first fix the position of 1 in this mini grid. Okay, so if you observe the row, last row and the last column, 1 is already present here. So these two cells we cannot have 1. So here only is the 1 position possible, isn't it? So one, because systematically we are going ahead, right? So we have to
And
first freeze
we
the
are
position
starting
of
from
1.
leftmost cell
Cell.
first. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So 1 is fixed now. Now let's freeze the position of 2. Again, what you do? Check the row and the column and where you can have 2. So with respect to 4 or 1, you can tell above, beside or something like where can you have, and you have to also justify why 2 cannot be here and why you need to have 2 here.
Above
Yes,
4.
teacher. Above 4. Yes, correct. Why? Can you explain?
So in the sequence, there 2 is missing. Even as well as in the horizontal as vertical.
Perfect. Okay, so in the horizontal and vertical, 2 is missing here. And in the remaining here, you have 2 already in the row and the column, this place. So
Yeah, I mean, there is one more reason is like you cannot have it here. Why? Because in the row and column, that place, third one is already free. So only left out is 2. So there can be 2 different reasons, right?
Yes, 2
Yes.
different reasons, right?
Yeah.
Okay, teachers. So we are done with the 4x4 Sudoku. So as you have observed in the Sudoku, 4x4 Sudoku, what we did, we had 4 numbers, and in every cell 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers has to be there, provided the number must not be repeated in the row or the column. And what caution that teacher has to take? We have to make our children think systematically, approach the Sudoku problem to be solved very systematic with the systematic approach. So that is very, very important. Otherwise, if it goes random, then the objective will not be, we won't be able to meet the objective. The objective is to develop the computational thinking skill among children, so that they can adopt it to the problem solving. Yes.
Yeah, correct. So all of you might have enjoyed this and they have understood that how we are moving from mini grid to, the larger Sudoku, right? One grid. Show the leftmost, then next, then we are coming down and the next one. So what is important here to understand how easy it is, like you might have understood that how it becomes simple when you break the problem into small one. Any other learning that you had from this method? You can unmute and share like what is your learning? All have understood? All of you have understood, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So Geeta, let's take them to the next level.
Yeah. So
yes,
this is what when we apply to the next level, I think we'll be able to comment on it, right?
yes. Ashwini
So,
is with us. She can take
yeah.
it for 6x6 Sudoku.
Yeah.
So if teachers, because I'll request her to, Ashwini, you can take one example of 6x6 Sudoku for them.
Yes.
So that would
Yes.
be a little challenging for them.
And
Yes.
interesting
Thank you.
also.
I'll stop sharing. You
Yes.
continue. Yes.
Yes.
Thanks, Prachiti.
Okay. I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah, it's Ashwini, we can see it.
Yes. So as we have discussed and seen the approach of solving 4x4 Sudoku, so this approach will remain same even it is a 6x6 or 9x9 grid. So we have to go by mini grid to mini grid, and we have to think the possible positions and the places for numbers, and then we have to eliminate for freezing their position. So here we have a 6x6 Sudoku grid, which is again divided into 6 small mini grids. In 4x4 Sudoku, we have a choices of filling the cell with the numbers from 1 to 4. Here we have choices of number from 1 to 6 to fill each of the cell in each of the mini grid. So we will be starting with the mini grid, this left topmost mini grid, where we already have 4 numbers and 2 of the cells are blank. So those are to be filled with the number. Now, which numbers we have in this mini grid? We have 1, then we have 2, 3, 4 and 5 are missing, and 6 is there. So now what shall be the fix and the final position for 4? So we will go from the very first cell of the first row. As the rules remain same, the number should not be repeated in the same column or in the same row. So can we place 4 here in this cell, the top left cell in the first row? 1 we already have, 2 is already there, 3 is already there. So we have to now place 4 in the cell. So can I place 4 here? Yes, teachers, please share. What do you feel? Can I write 4 here in this cell?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So 4 can go here. Can I write 4 in the next blank box also? Here?
No,
Why?
because there are missing 5 number, not a 4 number. We know not right.
But we haven't said that this is the final position of the
Yes,
4,
yes, ma'am. Yes,
right?
yes, ma'am.
So can you answer this? Can I place 4 here?
No.
See, what is the rule? We have to place the number in a cell wherein it is not repeated in the same row and same column. Can you see 4 here in the same row?
No.
No. Is it there in the same column?
No, miss.
No. So can I place 4 over here?
Yes.
Okay, let's do. Now let's talk about 5. Where 5 will be placed?
In 5th.
Let's talk about this, the first cell in the mini grid, first cell.
वहां पे 5 आ सकता है क्या? जहाँ पे अश्विनी दिखा रही है, आप सब लोग चैट बॉक्स में डालें तब भी चलेगा.
हाँ, चलेगा.
Teachers, you can cross check it with the column
Rule
and
is
the
simple
row.
and it is applicable for 4x4 and 6x6.
Check the first column and check the first row and check whether 5 is there or not. And then you have to decide whether 5 can be here or not.
Yes, ma'am. 5 can be there.
5
can
can
be there. Yes, we
Correct.
can have 4 also, or we can have
5 also.
also here.
Can
5 be here also?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
It
Yes,
can
ma'am.
be here also.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first mini grid we have filled with the position of 4 and 5, and there are 2 possibilities that 4 can go either in the first cell or in the second cell of the next row. Now we will revisit it after some time. Let us switch to the second mini grid. Now there 4 cells are empty and only 2 cells are filled with the number 3 and 6.
6.
So we have numbers to be placed there as 1, 2,
2,
4,
4 and 5.
4 and 5. So let us check whether 1 is to be placed. First row, first cell of this mini grid.
Yes, can we have one here, teachers?
Yes, yes, miss. No, no, no,
see
no,
the
no,
rows.
no, 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 miss, no, miss. There
No,
is
ma'am.
no one.
Not one.
No, no, ma'am.
Okay, one cannot be placed here. Can I write one here?
No,
No, ma'am.
no, ma'am.
Can one go here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
now tell me the position for 2.
In first column.
Where? Here?
Huh?
Okay. Then next. Can I write 2 here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Here?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No?
Yes,
No,
yes.
this. Yes, ma'am.
No, no,
No,
ma'am.
no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Why?
this
Why?
column-
Because
there is a
2 is
two-
already present.
Ah,
in
2 is already
second
there
row.
in the same
Ah,
row. So
same
we
row.
cannot place 2 here in the same row.
Yes.
What about this position?
Ashwini,
No.
I think
No,
one we
ma'am.
have not checked whether we can have one here in this cell or not.
Where?
In the same cell where your cursor is there, no?
Huh.
Did we check out whether we can place one here or
One.
not?
Huh. One.
So that was left out, I think so.
Okay. Yes.
Huh.
So can we place one here in the column? This column?
Yes, yes, miss.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, one can be here. Okay.
Mm.
Huh. So we were discussing about 2. Can I place 2 here?
No,
No.
ma'am.
2 is already there in the same column.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Now 3 already is there.
Hmm.
So let us
4 or
see
5.
4. 4. Where 4 can be placed?
Start checking with the first cell again.
Go to first cell of the second mini grid. Every time we have to start
First,
from this.
first cell we put 4 or 5.
Can I place 4 here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
4.
And 5 also.
5 also.
No, we will check the possible
Okay,
position
okay,
for
okay.
4 na first.
Yes, ma'am.
Now this position for 3 is fixed, so we are not going to think about this. What about this?
Yes, ma'am. 4.
Yes, ma'am. 4.
Yes. Here
Yes, ma'am.
and the next one.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So 4 ka possible places we have identified.
Hmm.
Now let's think about 5.
5 also placed there.
5 also.
5 also placed there.
Where?
In first column.
Okay. So 5 will go here.
Hmm.
Can I place 5 here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then second row.
Hmm. Same,
Yes, ma'am.
same. 5 and in next column also.
Okay. 5. So second mini grid we have done with, but still here we are not in a position to fix the position of each of this number. Now third mini grid is already filled. So we will now go to fourth mini grid where we have 6 and 3 written there. Again, we will start with 1. What are the possible places for 1 in this mini grid? So where 1 can be placed?
In second column.
Second column.
Second column in
row.
second row. In second column in second row.
Okay, here.
Hmm.
Where?
1.
Okay.
And third row also. No. Third row is already have 1 in that row.
Here already 1 is there. So we cannot take this cell for 1.
Yes.
If I will take this cell, here also in the same row 1 is there. So again, this is not the place for 1, possible place for 1. So these 3 choices are eliminated for 1. So this is the fixed position for 1 now.
Yes, ma'am.
Now 2.
Second column,
In-
first row.
In first column.
Second column, first
first-
row.
In first column, second
Let
row.
us think from the cell which are blank. So this, can I write 2 here?
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No,
There is
2 is already in the same column.
It already
Teachers,
in
please
second
check
column.
the row and the column. 2 is already there in this column, so we cannot fill this cell with 2. Can I go for 2 here?
Yes, ma'am. 2.
Yes, ma'am. 2 there.
2. Then here,
No.
no, 2 is already in the same column, so 2 we cannot keep there. Here,
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
this position
ma'am.
of 2 is fixed now here in this cell, so we cannot keep 2 in the same column again.
Okay.
No, actually, no, in the same row, 2 is already there. You check it.
Huh.
That's why we cannot have it.
Now,
The row.
yes. So is it clear, teachers, till this part? Is it clear or any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No,
Ah.
ma'am.
Okay. Now 3 we already have in the mini grid. Let's see where 4 can be placed.
Second
In
column.
second column, in third row.
This one
No, in second
ma'am.
column. Second column.
below
Third
2.
column.
Ah,
Third column.
below
Second
2,
row.
below 2. Yes, ma'am.
Below 2.
Below 2.
Okay.
4.
Yes, ma'am.
And now 5.
In left out column.
In left
Yes.
out column. 5.
So now we have fixed the position of all the numbers from 1 to 6 here
Yes.
in the 4th mini grid. Now it is time to revisit our first mini grid and second mini grid to fix the position of 4 and 5. Okay. So now tell me what would be eliminated from second mini grid?
Below 3.
Let us think.
Below 3 only. 4
Only
will
4,
come.
4 will be there.
Go cell to cell, check each cell. Let us talk about this cell.
2 is there. Only 4 and 5 left out.
2, 4, 5.
Only 2 there.
Why 4 and 5 to be eliminated from this?
Because I saw last mini grid. That's why I say answer.
No, you think about it. Can we eliminate 2 or 4 or 5 from this cell? If
So
not,
teachers-
then check to the next cell.
Okay.
तो teachers
please
ये
check the
सोचो
row and
अश्विनी
column. Okay.
From last
Ashwini,
first row, last row is 5 only there. 2 or 4
5.
are eliminated.
Last column is 5.
2 and 4 eliminated. Only 5 is 5 fixed.
5
column
is
is
to
5.
be fixed in the
Yes, ma'am. Yes, miss.
last
पर
column.
क्यों रति क्यों आप ऐसे बोल रहे हो कि 5 should be fixed? अब बाकी टीचर्स को समझाएं.
Because in last row, there are all numbers are there. Only 5 missing.
करेक्ट. जो नीचे का मिनी ग्रिड है उसमें जब आप देखते हो
हाँ.
तो अभी मिडिल वाला मिनी ग्रिड खत्म करने के वजह से आपको पता चल रहा है कि नीचे में
Yes,
2
हाँ,
ऑलरेडी आ
हाँ,
चुका
हाँ,
है और 4
हाँ,
ऑलरेडी आ चुका है.
हाँ.
तो अश्विनी आप 2 और 4 को निकाल दीजिए.
Yes. 2 and 4 will be
So-
eliminated.
तो सभी टीचर्स को मैं वही कह रही हूँ कि जब प्रचिति और अश्विनी करा रहे, ऑब्वियसली ये सुडोकू करने में हमें 2 से 3 मिनट भी नहीं लगेंगे, बिकॉज वी एज अडल्ट्स कैन सॉल्व इंट्यूटिवली. और हम फटाफट, मतलब जैसे अभी अश्विनी ने ऑल द प्रोबेबल पोजीशंस लिखे हैं. दिस इज बेसिकली टू टीच यू हाउ डू यू सिस्टमैटिकली सॉल्व एनी प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है. तो अभी अगर, और दूसरी बात है, अश्विनी कैन यू हाईलाइट अ रो?
Which one, ma'am?
Highlight one row. First row just highlight.
Yes.
तो जो हॉरिजॉन्टल है उससे हम रो कहलाते हैं, जो वर्टिकल है उससे हम कॉलम कहलाते हैं. तो अब
Yes.
जब आप बताओगे तो आप बताओ कि सेकेंड वाले मिनी ग्रिड में अभी कौन सा पोजीशन है जहाँ पे 1, 4 एंड 5 है, उसको फिक्स करेंगे.
Yes.
तो आप में से कौन बताएगा 1, 4? और अभी विघ्नेश, रति नहीं, बाकी के टीचर्स बोलेंगे. बाकी के टीचर्स बताएं. हमारे पास 47 टीचर्स हैं. कौन बताएगा?
We have to
कोई भी
fix one
बताओ.
of the number in
कोई
the.
भी बताओ.
Just observe and tell which number can be
अरे
fixed.
पता है क्या, अगर गलती यहाँ हुई ना तो भी चलेगा, क्योंकि क्लासरूम में हमें कराना है.
Yes.
हाँ, तो आप करें. कौन कराएगा?
4
अश्विनी से.
4 can be fixed.
करेक्ट. रोहिणी 4. Why 4? 1 क्यों नहीं?
Because there are all numbers in this.
नहीं नहीं, अभी यहाँ पे 1, 4 and 5 है, correct?
In second, second last row.
In the
Column.
second
It is
row,
column.
No,
It
no.
is
In
column.
second last row, all numbers are given. Only there are 4 missing. 4 is only missing number.
correct. No, we are talking about the corner cell जहाँ पे 2, 4, 5 के नीचे 1, 4, 5 है.
Yes.
तो अभी वहां पे हम कुछ भी एलिमिनेट नहीं कर सकते हैं, इसलिए हमें बीच वाले में जाना पड़ेगा जहां पे 1, 4, 5 है, बिलो 3. तो रति आपको कह रही है कि यहाँ से हम 1 को और 4 को एलिमिनेट कर सकते हैं क्योंकि इस कॉलम में 1 और 4 आ चुका है.
No, 1 and 5 आ चुका है. 4 is fixed.
हाँ, तो 4 फिक्स करें ना, ठीक है.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
ठीक
So
है.
let us fix 4 and
Okay.
5 and 1 we are going to eliminate. As you all can see in the same column, 1 is already there and 5 is also there. So the only possibility left with us to fix the number was 4, and so we have fixed 4 here. Okay, now let us see this column, or you may check out this row. Can we eliminate any of the number from this cell where we have 1, 4 and 5?
We
अश्विनी,
eliminate
मनीषा
5
बता रही है सेकंड रो में
4 and 5 eliminate.
4 and 5
4 and 5 eliminate. Only 1 is
Ah,
coming.
1
1
is
is
coming.
fixed.
4 and 5 is to be eliminated.
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Because,
Because-
in semi-grade. Okay, ma'am. Okay, sir.
Huh. Yes, go ahead.
सेकंड फर्स्ट सेमी ग्रेड मध्ये 4 and 5 फिक्स्ड है, इसीलिए अभी वहां तो 1 तो जाएगा नहीं, इसीलिए हम सेकंड सेमी ग्रेड से 4 and 5 हटा रहे हैं और 1 फिक्स कर रहे हैं.
Yes.
तो
Very correct,
रति,
ma'am.
आप पहला मिनी ग्रिड पहले फिक्स कर दो और फिर सेकंड मिनी ग्रिड पे वापस आओ.
ओके.
हाँ, तो पहले मिनी ग्रिड पे जाओ.
हाँ, तो फर्स्ट कॉलम देयर इज अ
5 will be eliminated.
4 is
करेक्ट,
fixed
क्योंकि
number.
5
Five
इस
is
रो में ऑलरेडी है. वसंत
हाँ,
सर
5
सही
will be
बोल रहे हैं.
eliminated.
So
5
5
हटाओ.
will be eliminated and 4
Correct.
will be fixed. And now here
Second,
Four
is
not
5 is fixed. Yes.
5 will be fixed. Yes.
Hmm.
And now let us think about this cell where we have 3, 4,
4 and 5 is eliminated.
4
is
and
fixed.
5 will be eliminated. So
Will
now we
only
have
remain.
done with 4 mini grid. Let us now come to the bottom left mini grid. This, where we have to fill 2 boxes. The
Yes,
numbers which are already there are 1, 2, 3 and 6. So we have to
And
place
five.
and fix the position of 4 and 5.
I
Below
think now
is
everybody
5.
can try because this has become simple now, right?
So see, when we have done the first 4 mini grid, now the choices are limited and we can easily do it. In earlier mini grid, we have 2 to 3 choices for one cell. So now the possibility is reduced. So you can directly identify the number and fix the position. So 1 is already there, 2 is there, 3 is there. Where should be the
5 is
place
there.
of 4?
4.
Who should be in
4 is
second column?
Okay.
second column. 4.
Okay. And the
And
remaining
should be in
1.
first column.
5. Other 5.
And now the last mini grid,
4.
we have already one
Five.
there,
5.
and 2,
Hmm.
3, 4 is to be placed.
Down side.
Where
Below.
4 will go?
Below.
4 is
Below means where?
हाँ.
The row, column.
First column, second row. 4.
Okay, here
4.
Yes.
4. And the
Oh.
remaining cell
Five.
filled with 5.
That will be completed.
Yes.
I got it.
Teacher.
So when initially you are solving 6 by 6 mini grid, there can be more possible numbers for one cell. So we have to write all the possible numbers before fixing the position of the number in the cell. Sometimes you have to revisit to the previously solved mini grid because immediately we are not in a position to fix, as you must have observed that in first and second mini grid we were not in a position to fix the position of 4 and 5 in first attempt only. We have identified the numbers which were missing possible positions were given, and then we have revisited to fix the places of or the position of the number in the grid. And this is how we solve 6 by 6 mini grid. And later on, when we go to the remaining mini grid, like the last two we solved, there the direct possibilities were there, and we were in a position to fix the numbers in the remaining cell.
Yeah, thank you, Ashwini. I hope all of you have enjoyed. And can you tell like which was most difficult and which was the easiest one?
मुश्किल था क्या? गीता पूछ रही है, मुश्किल था क्या?
The first one is very simple.
First one is very simple. Correct.
Very simple.
Yes.
Correct.
तो बाकी टीचर्स चैट बॉक्स में डाल दो क्या मुश्किल था. फर्स्ट इज सिंपल. करेक्ट. अरे वी हैव 49 टीचर्स, वी हैव वन रिस्पांस इन द चैट बॉक्स. बाकी भी डाले प्लीज.
First is simple. Right. Correct.
Okay. So Geeta, I think we're running out of time. So
Yeah,
I will
we are
go
running
ahead.
out of time.
Yeah. Okay. So very quickly, a warm welcome to all of you to the second session. And when I was talking to Bhavna also today in the afternoon, right? So we were discussing कि अगर आप सोचोगे कि we are initially pitching the content at a very simple level because हम चाहते हैं कि आप ये activities classroom में कर सके. Because जैसे अश्विनी ने, प्रचिति ने और गीता ने लिया, राइट? हमने जानबूझ के 4x4 सुडोकू लिया. अभी 4x4 सुडोकू इवन अगर हम 6, 7 या 8, 9 के बच्चों को सुडोकू सिखाना चाहते हैं, हमेशा 4x4 सुडोकू से शुरू करें, फिर 6x6 और फिर 9x9. अब मैं ये भी एक क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहूंगी, फटाफट चैट बॉक्स में डालिए कि आप में से कितने लोग 9x9 सुडोकू रोज सॉल्व करते हैं. यस या नो डाल दीजिए. डू यू सॉल्व? न्यूज़पेपर में आता है ना 9x9 सुडोकू, राइट? तो आप में से कितने लोग करते हैं? सुजाता ने ना बोला, विघ्नेश ने हाँ बोला, बाकी नो. ओके, करेक्ट. तो हम क्यों नहीं सॉल्व करते हैं? क्योंकि ऑनेस्टली मैं इसलिए नहीं सॉल्व करती, मुझे 9x9 बहुत मुश्किल लगता था. मुझे लगता था कि अरे इतना कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रॉब्लम है, मैं सॉल्व कर पाऊंगी नहीं कर पाऊंगी. करेक्ट. पारुल बोलती है डेली नहीं. तो बेसिकली हम ये चाहते हैं कि जब आप क्लासरूम में सुडोकू कराएं तो it should not happen कि just the top few children are able to solve. All the children in your classroom should be able to confidently solve a 4x4. Then they move on to 6x6. और ये exactly ऐसे ही है जैसे आप मैथ प्रॉब्लम्स या और कोई भी चीज बच्चों को सिखाते हैं. पहले हम आज सब्ट्रैक्शन सिखाते हैं, फिर सब्ट्रैक्शन विद बोरोइंग सिखाते हो, राइट? पहले सब्ट्रैक्शन विद बोरोइंग सिखाया तो क्या होगा, मुझे तो समझ ही नहीं आएगा. तो एग्जैक्टली द ट्रांजिशन. So that when we were yesterday, when I was talking about abstraction, I was talking about other things. So what Ashwini and Prachiti was trying to teach you was generalization. Generalization का मतलब ये है कि आपने 4x4 सुडोकू के लिए solution develop किया, फिर हम 6x6 पे गए, तो वही वाला solution आपने expand करके उस पे apply किया. ठीक है? Anyways, we have had a very serious session. Now we are going to have some fun. So Geeta, Prachiti, and Ashwini know me very well. ठीक है? So they are not allowed to play this game. Ab the problem is that all of them also wish me on my birthday. So another reason is because they know the answer, they cannot solve it. Okay? So what I want you to do is, I'm going to share my screen and you think I'm a robot. Okay? And I can answer your questions only in a yes or a no. Can all of you see my screen? Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So now what I want you to do is, you can ask me questions, okay? And I will answer your question with a yes. And please don't ask in too much of a hurry because I have to type. I'm not a very good typist. I can type, but I will not be very fast, okay? So you can ask me a question. My birth date is between 1 and 31. You understand now? The month has dates from 1 to 31. And my birthday lies on any of those dates. So you have to ask questions that I can answer with a yes or a no. Okay? So anybody go first, ask me a question.
Ma'am,
Is your date of birthday?
yes, ma'am.
You have to guess my date of my birthday. Correct.
Is your birth date a even number?
Is it
An even number?
even? Yes.
Number.
Yes. Next question.
Is it a prime number?
No.
Is it before
Is it
15
a
or after
perfect
15?
square?
1 minute, 1 minute. Is it, wait, is it before or,
15th.
wait, before or after 15? This is an invalid question. I cannot answer.
Is it a perfect square?
Is it an odd number?
1 minute. Is it a perfect square? No. Is it
An odd number?
an odd number? No.
Is it a multiple of 5?
Five.
Actually, is it even
No.
is already answered, no?
Is
Yes,
it
yes, it's
single
okay.
digit
Don't
or
worry.
double digit?
Don't worry. Don't
Hmm.
worry. Just ask question. Don't worry what is asked and all. Don't worry at all.
Is it single
Multiple of
digit or
5
double
मध्ये
digit?
Is
5,
it
15, 10.
single
Single
digit?
digit or double digit?
Single or double digit? This is again an invalid question. I cannot answer because I cannot say single or double, right? I can answer your question only with yes or no.
Is it double digit?
Is it double digit?
Yes, because it is already.
Yes.
Is it before 15th? You can answer.
Is it before 15? No. No, yes, yes. Chalo, yes.
Is it in between 11, 13?
Is it between 11 and 13? No.
No.
14.
Yes.
Is it
14, you
14?
got it. Very good. कितने questions लगे हमें? कितने
10.
questions लगे?
10.
10
नहीं,
questions.
अरे 11 यार.
And 2 are invalid.
So what? You asked me ना?
Yes.
11.
Those are counted. ऐसा नहीं है. कुछ count नहीं होता, ऐसा नहीं होता हमारे यहाँ. हमारे सब question पूछा तो मैंने लिख दिया. ठीक है? Anyways, very good. अरे हमारे यहाँ टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग में 20 क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, आप फिक्र नहीं करो, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Did you enjoy it? Most important question.
Yes, ma'am.
Was it fun? Okay. So now the first question was, is it even? हमारे पास कितने numbers है? 1 to 31. ठीक है? So what did I say? Is it even? I said yes. कौन से numbers eliminate करूं? कौन बताएगा?
1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11,
3,
5.
5,
7,
7,
हाँ
9,
जी.
9,
Alternate number.
13.
odd numbers.
यार मुझे थोड़ी ना पता है ऑड नंबर्स कौन से, आप बताओ.
15,
हाँ 50. हाँ
17,
हाँ
19,
आप बताना, मैं तो स्टूडेंट हूँ.
21,
हाँ
23,
23,
25.
25,
27,
27,
27.
29, 30.
29,
अच्छा,
31.
अब आप लोग मुझे बताओ, हमारे पास 31 नंबर्स थे, करेक्ट? तो अभी कितने नंबर्स रह गए? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15, करेक्ट? तो आप मुझे बोलो, मेरे पास 31 नंबर्स थे, अब रह गए 15. सो वाज दिस अ गुड क्वेश्चन?
Yes.
आधे नंबर घट गए. ऑफ कोर्स इट्स अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन.
Yes, ma'am.
Brilliant, because you have already eliminated half the numbers, correct? So excellent question. अभी आपने मुझे पूछा, is it a prime number? मैंने क्या बोला? No.
No.
तो कौन सा नंबर कटेगा?
2.
2.
Was this a good question?
No.
No, ma'am.
No, na? It's okay. Don't worry. It's absolutely fine. Is it before or after 15? The robot cannot answer, right? Robot को आता ही नहीं, उसको आता बस yes or no. तो क्वेश्चन को वो कुछ नहीं बोल सका. ठीक है? Is it a perfect square? I said no. अभी कौन से numbers eliminate होंगे?
4,
16.
16,
16.
Only that much.
Only
Yes.
those. So was it
Yeah.
a good question?
No, ma'am.
Yes.
no.
It wasn't bad, right? पहले में एक ही गया, अभी दो गए. चलो कोई बात नहीं.
It was.
अब आपने मुझे बोला is it an odd number?
There is a no odd number.
No.
Because आपने already मुझे question पूछा हुआ था.
First
Right?
one.
Don't worry. Listen. Don't worry. This is how we play the game. तो actually ये वाला जो है, ये इसलिए हमको याद रखना है कि पहले कौन से क्वेश्चंस पूछे गए. इसलिए मैं स्क्रीन पे लिख रही थी आप लोगों के लिए ताकि आप देखो. ठीक है? No worries. अब is it a multiple of 5?
10, 20,
no.
30,
10,
20 or
20,
30.
30.
30. 3 नंबर्स चले गए. ठीक है. अब आपने पूछा is it a single or a double digit? ओके वो कुछ फायदा नहीं हुआ क्योंकि अगेन आई कुड नॉट आंसर. फिर किसी और ने पूछा is it double digit? मैंने बोला yes.
6 and 8.
6 and 8.
6 and 8. तो अभी कितने नंबर्स बाकी है देखो. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 9 में से कितने नंबर घटे? 2.
2 numbers.
2 घटे ना. हाँ चलो. अब आपने मुझे पूछा is it before 15? मैंने क्या बोला? Yes.
Yes.
तो कितने
18.
नंबर घटे?
12.
5,
3, 4,
18,
5.
22, 24, 26 and 28.
18.
5 numbers.
5 numbers.
24, 26, 28.
Correct.
Yeah, it's a good question.
It's a very good question. You were able to eliminate a lot. Okay, you were lucky कि मेरा मैं तभी चेंज करने वाली थी. मैं बोलने वाली थी no it is greater than 15 पर मैंने सोचा नहीं रहने दो. है ना? तो रोबोट ऐसे गेम्स भी खेल लेता है. Anyways, ठीक है. तो आपने मुझे पूछा is it between 11 and 13? मैं क्या बोला? No.
12 is good.
12.
12. Then आप it is 14. मिल गया आंसर.
Yes.
All good?
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So what I'm going to do is, hopefully all of you have understood. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
what we are going to do is, because what I want all of you to do is to be able to tomorrow go to the class and take it. और मैं एक और बार खेलूंगी और उसके बाद हम बात करेंगे कि हमने इसमें कौन से कॉन्सेप्ट यूज किया. ठीक है? अभी थोड़ा सा फास्ट खेले क्योंकि अभी 4:55 हो गया है. मेरे तो लैपटॉप में 4:56 दिखा रहा है. तो बिकॉज थोड़ा सा फटाफट अभी आप मुझे बताओ. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, गेस माय बर्थ स्टेट अगेन. व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन यू वांट टू आस्क मी?
Is it an even number?
Is it an even number?
Is it multiple of 5?
1 minute. I'm just going to make the font a little bigger so that you can see.
No.
1 minute. Huh? An even number. Huh. I said no. So somebody said multiple of 5, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Multiple of 5. No.
2-digit number.
2-digit number. Yes.
Prime number.
Prime number. No.
In between 20 and 25.
In between 20 and 25. Yes.
Is it 24?
Is it 23?
1 minute. Huh? Is it 24? No. Is it 23?
21.
No. Yes, 21. 21 is the answer.
Oh.
So, अगर आप देखोगे कि अभी आपने ही we have come from 11 questions to
8 questions.
so which is brilliant, right? Correct. You have only improved the algorithm. So yesterday, I think all the teachers were there yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So yesterday चाय बनाने का algorithm किया था, correct? है ना, मैंने जानबूझ के चाय बनाने का algorithm इसलिए किया था कि आप लोग समझ सकें कि, और मेरे को एक और चीज बताना, मैंने 4:56 पे आपको टाइम दिखाया था, करेक्ट? 4:58 we were done, right? So this activity does not take very long even when you're doing it in the classroom. Okay, now another thing is that इधर तो because you are teachers, you are so nicely behaved, इतना प्यार से आप लोग एक जना एक क्वेश्चन टाइप पे पूछता है, गीता को, अश्विनी को, प्रचिति को पूछो, जब क्लासरूम में लेते हैं बाबा एक भी बच्चा चुप नहीं बैठेगा. This is the question, right? Teacher has to really, and obviously you guys are very good at it, तो आप कर सकते हो, मेरे जैसे बंदा तो डर जाए. पर anyways, so I also want to show you that we are doing the same activity. There are multiple ways to solve the same problem. Okay, now let us very quickly go through what you did. You said even number, I said no. Which are the numbers we'll eliminate? कौन से हटाओ?
4, 6, 8.
एक मिनट 2,
4,
हाँ जी,
6,
8,
8,
10.
10.
ए विघ्नेश और रति बाकियों को भी बोलो बोलने को.
Sorry.
Sorry, madam.
मैं नहीं, मेरा पूरा ध्यान है उधर. बाकी टीचर्स, कम ऑन.
12.
12.
आगे
14.
14. अभी सुजाता है, मुझे पता चल रहा है.
16.
नीता 16. अभी जब तक नया नाम नहीं मिलेगा मैं नहीं हटाऊंगी.
18.
20.
20.
22.
हर्षदा
22.
24.
24.
ए मुझे एक सिंपल बात बताओ, यहाँ पे जितने लोग कॉल पे हैं उनको पक्का इवन नंबर्स कौन से पता है, राइट? ऐसा कौन है कॉल पे जिसको इवन नंबर कौन से पता नहीं है? मैं कोई रॉकेट साइंस नहीं कर रही हूँ, एकदम सिंपल है. द होल आइडिया इज, जब मैं कल आपको स्लाइड्स दिखा रही थी, द होल आइडिया इज टू मेक दिस एज इंटरैक्टिव एंड पॉसिबल. और आपको बताऊं, CS पाठशाला में हमारा एक रूल है, मतलब गीता और ये लोग भी आपको बताएंगे. अगर मेरा प्लान है ना 3 एक्टिविटीज लेने का, अगर मेरे टीचर्स 2 एक्टिविटी भी करे लेकिन अच्छे से करे, आई एम वेरी हैप्पी. आई कैन ऑलवेज टेक अनदर सेशन, बट I want the session so that all of you participate, ताकि कल को आप क्लासरूम में जाके लो. और पता है कि आपके साथ जैसे हम ये 2 दिन का कर रहे हैं ना, मैं गवर्नमेंट टीचर्स के साथ हम 5 दिन का करना पड़ता है, क्योंकि वो 2-2 घंटे के लिए 5 दिन पूरा, तो वो अगले दिन सुबह क्लासरूम में पढ़ा के, पता है वो बोर्ड के स्क्रीनशॉट्स लाके कॉल पे हमारे साथ शेयर करते थे. इतना एक्साइटमेंट होता है. तो बिलीव मी व्हेन आई से सो, थोड़ा सा मेरे पे भी विश्वास रखो कि जब आप क्लासरूम में लोगे ना, आई प्रॉमिस यू विल आल्सो एंजॉय इट एंड सो विल द स्टूडेंट्स. ठीक है? और इस एक्टिविटी के लिए मैं आपको ये भी बताना चाहूंगी, अदर देन चॉक एंड बोर्ड कुछ नहीं लगता है. ठीक है? एनीवेज, नाउ हु इज गोइंग टू टेल मी मल्टीपल्स ऑफ 5? नो सुजाता, नो रति, नो विघ्नेश, एनीबडी एल्स?
5.
5. Okay, Neeta is going to tell. Chalo, 5.
Hello.
15, 25.
25.
25. कितने नंबर्स निकाले हमने? 3, करेक्ट?
Yes.
ओके, ठीक है. नाउ आपने मुझे पूछा इज इट अ 2 डिजिट नंबर? मैंने क्या बोला? नो.
No.
कौन से नंबर्स हटेंगे? कौन बताएगा? सिंगल डिजिट
नंबर
नंबर
यस
बताओ.
बोला है.
1, 3, 7.
1,
3, 7, 9.
तो कितने नंबर्स एलिमिनेट किए हमने? 4.
3.
करेक्ट? 4 नंबर्स एलिमिनेट किए. अभी आपने मुझे पूछा इज इट प्राइम? मैंने बोला नो.
No.
कौन से
17.
नंबर्स एलिमिनेट होंगे?
11. 13.
11, 19,
17, 19,
19, 31. 23 also.
19,
हाँ,
23.
29.
29.
29 and 31.
31. 31.
ठीक है. अब आपने मुझे अगला प्रश्न पूछा इज इट बिटवीन 20 एंड 25? मैंने क्या बोला? यस.
Yes.
कौन सा नंबर उड़ा?
27.
27.
आपको ऑलरेडी आंसर मिल गया था.
Yes.
Very good.
आपको ऑलरेडी आंसर मिल गया था, तो आपको 6, 7 की जरूरत ही नहीं थी. गॉट इट?
Yes.
डिड यू एंजॉय इट?
Yes.
ma'am.
ग्रेट.
yes.
I want you to go home happy, यार. I don't want ऐसे कि ये feel होए कि भैया ये क्या करा रही है सोनिया, है ना? You should have fun. Okay. So now very quickly, I would like you to tell me that there are certain questions that you ask, even, odd. ये कौन से क्लास के बच्चे पूछ सकते हैं?
5th standard.
5th standard. अब प्राइम
Side 6 and 7.
5, 6 and 7. और आपको मैं बता रही हूँ कि ये वाले जो questions है ना, this is one of the most important thing that it teaches children to do is learning to frame questions. If you go back to remember my slide yesterday, कि मैंने आपको बोला था कि the whole teachers training program also teaches you to design questions. क्योंकि क्या होता है, generally students are mind is trained only to answer. इसमें हम क्या कर रहे हैं, we are training them to ask questions, right? और
Yes.
आप लोग मुझे बताओ, what do you think? What knowledge did the children use, or what knowledge did all of you use to solve this? Which subject did you use?
Maths.
Maths.
Exactly. तो आई एम श्योर कितने मैथ्स टीचर्स है मालूम नहीं मुझे यहाँ पे कॉल पे, लेकिन अभी जैसे गीता है वो रिसोर्स सेंटर हेड है फॉर मैथ, ठीक है? आप मुझे बताओ, अगर यही एक्टिविटी अगर गीता ने हम सबको दी होती नंबर्स 1 to 50 लिख के और बोला होता इसमें प्लीज सर्कल द प्राइम नंबर्स, इतना बोरिंग होता. लेकिन जब यहाँ पे आपको जानना था कि मेरा बर्थ डेट क्या है, आप फटाफट मुझे बता रहे थे, अरे ये एलिमिनेट करो, ये एलिमिनेट करो, क्योंकि ये प्राइम नंबर्स है, करेक्ट? Because
Yes.
you knew by cutting those prime numbers, you would reach the answer, correct? So you are actually, what we are doing through this activity is also reinforcing math concepts, right? This can be taken by an English teacher, this can be taken by a science teacher, this can be taken by geography teacher, anybody, because this is very, very basic math. But when we are doing it, it is also teaching children to use their math knowledge and apply it here. करेक्ट? और जैसे किसी ने पूछा इज इट अ मल्टीपल ऑफ 5, राइट? आप मुझे कल इसने मृदुला ने पैटर्न्स कराए थे. अब अगर आप 5 का टेबल देखो, राइट, हाउ डू वी नो इफ अ नंबर इज डिविजिबल बाय 5?
In units place if we have 5 and 0.
In the units place if we have 5 and 0. So
Yeah.
I don't know how many of you attended Professor Ramanujam's talk. Later on I would request you to go to CSpathshala YouTube, and we had Jam's talk last week. तो उसमें उन्होंने बोला है कि even if it is a 10-digit number or a 12-digit number, correct?
Yeah.
I can look at it and tell na कि whether it is divisible by 5. All that I have to check is the units place. I don't have to worry about what the length of the number is.
Yes.
So these are concepts of math that you are automatically helping children revise. Right? We are not saying this is a math revision class, but now I will tell you another secret. For I don't know how many teachers are computer science here, but if you go and look at this activity in computer science, this is actually a binary search algorithm. Okay? Binary search yani kya? If you do, I will tell you the trick also. 1 to 31 diya aapko. Now if you ask me, if somebody asked me in the last time, right? It's here only. Is it before 15? So what did you do? If you say it is less than 15, आधे number चले गए, right? बचते numbers 15 to 31. How will you halve this? What will you ask me? What is the next question you can ask me? 15 to 31 को half करना है तो? आपने 1 to 31 में मुझे पूछा is it less than 15? चलो, let me take 1 to 15. That be easier for you to understand. 1 to 15 लिया, ठीक है? अब 1 to 15 को half कैसे करेंगे? Is the number less than? Less than 7. Like less than 7 or less than 8. Right? 15 numbers I have. You can do less than 7 or less than 8. It will eliminate. Got it? So that is a computer science algorithm. But this, what we are making all of you do, is a very simple way of doing this activity of guess my birth date. And I will tell you that a lot of our teachers use different sorts of objects. One of the teachers, he made 100 paper boxes helping, taking the students' help. And what did he do? He hid a chocolate in one of them. So you had to guess the box which had the chocolate. The student who guessed it got the chocolate. Okay. So I will stop here. And, I'm going to be on the call. I will ask Geeta to talk a little bit on, because the first question I'm sure that comes to all your minds is, how do I take it to my classroom? So I would request Geeta to talk a little bit about CT implementation, and then we'll keep 5 minutes for question answers. Bhavna, is that okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so over to you, Geeta.
Yeah, thank you. And how much time for me now?
You have 20 minutes more, or 10
but we'll
minutes
have,
more.
we'll do 10 minutes, Bhavna,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Geeta, and then Geeta and I can take Q&A.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bhavna.
Yeah, so I hope you all are excited about the Guess My Birthday and the Sudoku, right? So we are going to celebrate, Sonia, your birthday on 2 dates, that is 14th and 21st. Right? Yeah.
आप celebrate करोगे. आपको choice नहीं है.
I don't have any choice, right? So once again, thank you very much. And I'll just quickly share my screen and would like you to take you through the glimpses that how we at Meghe Group has implemented the curriculum and what are our experiences. Bhavna has already introduced. So we are Meghe Group of schools. Our schools are School of Scholars. We are located in Vidarbha region of Maharashtra, around the 200-kilometer radius of Nagpur, which is center of India. We were looking for changing the curriculum for our computer science. Instead of having just digital literacy, we need to whatever languages come in, whatever digital revolution take place, but children, they must be able to think originally and then apply, right? And then we meet the CSpathshala team in Nagpur when they had their one orientation program in 2017. And there, this all, we felt that this is the curriculum we were looking for. So though in 2017, like you are doing a workshop today, we did it, and then we have adopted, we thought of adopting it, but the adopting anything new, because the school curriculum itself is so bulky, it's packed. So making a place for anything new is always challenging. So that time, so it was, but we were very firm that we would like to bring this kind of changes. Now NEP 4.25 section only says that the mathematical thinking should go along with computational thinking. But that time it was not that easy. So how we have done is we have taken it in the month of Feb only, as we are doing this session. In the month of Feb, we have thought of taking it as a pilot. And February, March, and April, a few days. What we did, we have selected such activities like Sudoku, Guess My Birthday. There are other, I would say it's counting combinations, patterns, which are very, very simple to take and interesting too. So we have selected such kind of activities, and our mathematics teachers and ICT teachers have taken those activities. And based on the feedback that we got from all our teachers and principals, there was a final call to integrate it and adopt it. So what we did is we have adopted it by integrating with the mathematics, because mathematical thinking and computational thinking, I think naturally goes with the mathematical thinking. That's why we thought of doing it in mathematics. And ICT curriculum we have changed. So in 2018, we have adopted it completely across the classes from grade 1 to grade 7 in mathematics and grade 1 to 8th grade in the our ICT curriculum. Every year we have taken a feedback of what went well, what were the challenges, what innovations you brought, and also there was a continuous dialogue with our teachers also. And in all the process, Sonia and her team, given a lot of support. She's always ready. Her team is always ready for that. There was a lot of motivation from complete theme. So quickly I'll say that the pattern, then abstraction, algorithm, this all counting combination, listing and counting, these goes very, very perfect with maths, right? And of course, algorithm, all this sorting principle and coding, this goes with the ICT. That's how we have bifurcated. And we were the first in Maharashtra to integrate with both mathematics and ICT. We put up the CSpathshala lessons into our curriculum. In the first year, we had, like 4x4 Sudoku and 6x Sudoku. We kept it for all classes, right? Because it was new for everybody. Then in another year, we have brought it to the lower classes. So every year we do this kind of, age appropriate content that we were looking into when we go for the integration. Now, the most important in the this CSpathshala classes is that you all have experienced it. They're a lot of fun, right? And it has to be interactive. So when there are interactions, when people talk about that, is this question good question? You'd say, is this a good question? Which is the most appropriate question? Can we change the set of questions, which was not the question you would have asked? So such kind of interactions in the classroom enriches that class, right? And that's what I say, that how CSpathshala curriculum or how computational thinking has helped us is bringing that active learning atmosphere in the classroom, raising questions, and all this, as Sonia also said, that this help in reinforcement of mathematical concepts, right? And students, they keep on thinking, I mean, even an odd ke baad, can there be other questions? So age level wise, there can be different set of questions. So many a times it is the reinforcement of just a counting combination. So it becomes, the reinforcement of the multiplication concepts. And when they're doing the algorithms, there is always a discussion in the classroom that we made this algorithm, chai ka algorithm aapne kal banaya, how it can be more efficient algorithm. So I mean, this culture has brought in the classroom due to this curriculum. So as I was talking about, Sonia also said the most important part is joy. If there is fun, if there is joy, anything can be brought in the classroom and there will be a very, very effective and proper outcome, right? So all the classes from grade 1 to higher classes are very, very active and engaging. Some of these things were also taken as a game on the ground also. You can see in one of the picture is that students are playing the Sudoku using some different objects on the ground itself. I don't know how many of you are mathematics people here, but simple to complex and concrete to abstract, which is work in understanding. And in number डरावने लग सकते हैं. ऐसा हो सकता है कि कोई बच्चे नंबर से डर रहे हो, क्या रखूं इधर, that becomes complicated for them. तो बहुत सारे हमारे टीचर्स ने ये भी एक्सपेरिमेंट किया कि ऑब्जेक्ट्स लिए, इंस्टेड ऑफ नंबर्स हमने ऑब्जेक्ट्स ट्राई किए. एंड आई टेल यू देयर वाज सच अ फन. ऑब्जेक्ट्स भी इतने तरीके के, जिसमें सब सब्जियां लाए, घर के आइटम्स लाए. जब हम लॉकडाउन में थे तो अलग अलग कलर के मास्क, smiley shapes. I mean, sky is the limit to innovate, right? So Sudoku इस तरह से भी लिया गया. Even tic-tac-toe जैसे गेम्स थे जो क्लास में खेले गए, उसको भी फिर हम ग्राउंड पे हमारे बच्चे उसको लेके आए. And so everything was, fun oriented thing. Unknowingly, the things like as I'm developing the systematic approach to solve the problem. तो करिकुलम में जो क्लासेस से वो हो रहे हैं, धीरे धीरे उसका उत्साह बढ़ता गया, उसमें और काफी fun, and people have started exploring it, people have started bringing variations to it. तो इसमें फिर competitions में भी आ गया. फिर हमारे स्कूलों में कहीं पे सुडोकू सॉल्विंग कॉम्पिटिशन्स हुए, टिक टैक टो प्लेइंग कॉम्पिटिशन्स भी हुए. अब बेब्रास चैलेंज जो है, बेब्रास चैलेंज प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग चैलेंज जो है, उसमें भी लाइक वी पार्टिसिपेट. एंड ये participation तो काफी होता है, 6,000 plus our students participate in that from class 3rd onwards. But इसमें हमारे स्कूलों में जो exhibitions होते हैं, जैसे मैथ्स डे सेलिब्रेशन है, पाई डे, साइंस डे सेलिब्रेशन है, तो इसमें भी ये पजल्स, अलग अलग पजल्स, जैसे ब्रह्मास टावर का, टावर ऑफ हेनाई का एक प्रॉब्लम है इसमें, राइट? सो टावर ऑफ हेनाई का प्रॉब्लम है, टिक टैक टो, देयर आर मेनी अदर थिंग्स. ये गेम्स, ये पजल्स के साथ साथ बेब्रास चैलेंज के जो क्वेश्चंस थे, इनके बच्चों ने मॉडल्स बनाए, और ये मॉडल्स एज अ पजल, एज अ चैलेंजिंग गेम उन्होंने एग्जीबिशंस में रखे, और हमारे हर एग्जीबिशन में अब ये रूल ही बन गया. You know, it becomes easy for them to visualize the thing. तो वो चीजें विजुअलाइज करने में आसानी होती है उनको, और फिर प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग में मजा आता है. सो दिस इज आल्सो वन ऑफ द एस्पेक्ट दैट वी हैव incorporated other than the regular classroom activities. अब CS पाठशाला के करिकुलम में आपने देखा, वहां पे लेसन प्लान से पीपीटी है, और अलग तरीके के प्रॉब्लम्स में वो थॉट अप्लाई करने के लिए वर्कशीट्स भी है ना? तो ये वर्कशीट्स हमारे यहाँ पे एक बुकलेट्स हमारे स्कूल के जो है उसमें हमने एज अ रिसोर्स को डेवलप किया, और हम लोगों ने हमारे बुक्स भी कंप्यूटर्स के इसके बेस पर डेवलप किए. नाउ when we have to do all this, CSpathshala team has taken our training program. With that, and in-house also we have conducted many capacity building programs for our teachers. So we have trained first our master trainers, which are head of the departments, and Adi, this Ashwini and Prachiti are also part of it. And then what we did is our focus was on continuous revisiting the reflections, what are the classroom experiences, what are the difficulties, the focus, because all resources are given by CSpathshala, right? So our focus was on pedagogical approach. How do we really take into consideration the, the enhancement and the development of the CT skills. So pedagogical aspect was the focus for our training program. And also the online training program, conferences, the CTiS conference, which is an annual conference, that also has provided a very good platform to teachers. So their classroom practices are now important. I mean, they feel that what I do in the classroom is important. I will pen down and I get a platform to share my experience at national and international level. In 2020, we had one Meghe conference only for our group, and where we had more than 100 participants were there, and more than 20 abstracts we have presented, out of which 4 were selected for national conference also. So I mean, the journey has began with the first pilot, and then continuous professional development, capacity development, and the teacher themselves, they have come up with the enthusiastic participation into it, and that has helped us to implement this curriculum for last 5 years. So I think really that has helped, and there are many experiences to share with you all, and you all also can try. I think the best thing to start with is you go in the classroom and you take it, and then you will find a fun and value in the program. Thank you so much.
Geeta, I want to tell them this was the conference that we had in Meghe just before COVID. Okay.
Yes,
and this was, I think, 7th or 8th of February, and I was with Geeta and all the teachers. And then after that, all of them came to Pune.
Yeah.
And we really look forward to each one of you participating in CTiS. So what I'll do is that I will share all the resources with Bhavna and Prachi from PKC, and maybe part of the mailer we can send it to you. I have put the CSpathshala WhatsApp group link in case any of you would like to join the CSpathshala teachers group. And I have also put in the CSpathshala website. If you go to the resources page, there is a syllabus document, there is a curriculum document, class-wise the lessons are organized. All of this content is available under Creative Commons license. It is all available at no cost. similarly the tasks that all of you solved, right, during the assessment test, and I think Prachi is going to give you another link in another 3 or 4 minutes. But all of that also is part of the booklets that we have uploaded. It is available in multiple languages. आप जाके देखिए, आप booklet download कीजिए. You can take Bebr's task in your classroom. And now I think Bhavna said we have a couple of minutes, so Geeta and I can take any questions that any of you may have.
Yeah. Okay, if anybody has any questions, then you can ask it over here. If there are no any questions, then I hand it over to Shraddha.
Yeah, thanks, Bhavna. Shall we wait for a minute more? If anybody has questions, kindly unmute yourselves and you can ask your questions.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hanji Sujata,
Yeah.
bolo.
Ma'am, is the syllabus get affected? Means if we in the prescribed time periods, we need to finish the syllabus as well as taking the.
नहीं, अरे नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. तो और lot of times क्या होता है कि आपका जो existing, आप कौन सा subject पढ़ाते हो?
Maths, ma'am.
Maths ना. तो
Yeah.
अगर आप systematic counting, listing और reasoning वाला section लोगे ना CS पाठशाला का, तो that is completely aligned with your math topics of that particular class.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. तो आप syllabus document पे जाइए. एक मिनट में रुको, मैं ना exit screen करके 1 minute I'll just share the thing with you so that you can understand. I'm so glad Sujata you asked that question. नहीं, क्या होता है, सबके मन में वही प्रश्न होता है. Don't worry.
That's very nice.
लेकिन हम रुके होते हैं, चलो कोई और पूछ लेगा.
टीचर्स के मन में हमेशा पहला क्वेश्चन ये होता है कि मेरे एग्जिस्टिंग करिकुलम का क्या, you know,
Yes,
and that is not only for Sujata, and that's for everybody, right?
Okay.
तो आप अगर लेसन्स देखते हो ना, तो उसमें से ऐसे लेसन आप चूज करिए जो डायरेक्टली जाते हैं. तो जैसे मैंने बोला कि डेटा हैंडलिंग के टॉपिक्स है, काउंटिंग कॉम्बिनेशन के टॉपिक्स है, पैटर्न के टॉपिक्स है. You will enjoy the different methods to find the GCD, you know. तो ये भी एक बहुत अच्छा लेसन है. और हमने भी जिसको इंटीग्रेट किया है, तो जरूरी नहीं कि आप सारी चीजें उठाओ, है ना. आप उसको फेज आउट करिए. तो एक बार आप करना शुरू करते हो तो आपको समझ में आएगा.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
सुजाता, आप कौन सा क्लास पढ़ाते हो?
Ma'am, 8th, 9th and 10th, ma'am.
8th, 9th and 10th ना. तो अगर आप 7th, 8th, 9th का करिकुलम देखोगे ना,
Okay, ma'am.
इसका सिस्टमैटिक काउंटिंग, लिस्टिंग एंड रीजनिंग,
Yes, ma'am.
आपको अल्गोरिथम्स मिलेंगे जो गीता कह रही थी, जीसीडी वगैरह के. ठीक है?
Yes, 7th standard we have, ma'am. At least I can guide those who are teaching in my school 7th and 6th standard.
Correct. So also another thing is that what may be here given for 7th and 8th standard, believe me, you can take it for 9th and 10th standard too.
Okay,
Because
ma'am.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं, what happens is basically these kind of activities help reinforce. One second, I don't know why my screen is frozen. So you can take any of these activities.
Yes,
and you can. So I will just give me a second. It doesn't want me to share it. It's okay. So in any case, just visit the CSpathshala website. If you get stuck, feel free to write to us. We will respond to your emails.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Sonia. I'm now sharing the link of the post-test form in the chat box. I would request all participants to hold on for a few minutes and please fill the post-test form followed by the feedback form before we close. Sorry, I have shared the post-test form link in the chat box. So I would request all the participants to kindly take a few minutes more and fill the post-test form link, please. And thank you all for your enthusiastic participation over the 2 days. We would really like to hear your feedback of the workshop over the 2 days. So followed by this post-test, we will be having the feedback form link shared after a few minutes. So I would request all participants to please hold on.
Shraddha, and I think they're asking you to share that link even in the WhatsApp group probably that you have for the
No, I think it's about the CSpathshala content,
So,
Sonia.
Yeah. So
you could what you could do is you could also join the WhatsApp group if you we could share it, or I'll copy this.
Yeah, you can
link.
send it on
Yeah,
WhatsApp group.
sure. Yeah.
And you will be sending them an email, right, later?
Yes.
So, or I can share the resources with you and then you send it.
So all the participants, I'm also sharing the link for the overall feedback of the work for the workshop. So kindly request you also to fill this form before we close. And I would request all the participants to kindly hold back for another 5 to 7 minutes before we close.
Also would like to mention that both post-test and feedback form are important to get the certificate. So you have to fill both the forms because you will be seeing the responses on there. Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Betsy. Thank you. So we will be waiting for another 5 minutes for everybody to please submit the form. Thank you. So we have 2 minutes more to submit the form, and I would request all the participants to kindly wait back for another 2-3 minutes, please. Thank you. Yeah, so in the interest of time, participants, I would request you to kindly copy the link of the feedback form And please submit it after we would be leaving from this meeting as well. And we would, I would like to propose the vote of thanks before we close, and really thank everybody for, your wonderful participation. So on behalf of the Pune Knowledge Cluster, I would like to thank the CSpathshala team for delivering such a wonderful and informative workshop on computational thinking. I would like to thank Ms. Sonia Garcha, the member of CSpathshala committee and the steering committee chair for CTiS, for the overall coordination with the PKC team, and Rudula, who joined us yesterday from their team. I thank you both for imparting such great learning to the teachers in our audience during this workshop. I would also like to thank Ms. Geeta Ghormade, the head of Resource Center, the Meghe group of schools from Nagpur, and the resource persons Prachiti Dharmadikari and Ashwini Utkede for the innovative activities you all have conducted today. I'm sure that this knowledge of computational thinking from all the trainers during the workshop will help our teachers in the audience to implement it in their classrooms. And I would also extend my gratitude to all the teachers in the audience for their enthusiastic participation over the 2 days. We look forward to your participation in our future events. Thank you so much. And for any information, you could always write back to us at info@pkc. And we look forward to your feedback on the 2 days of the workshop, and also the post-test form if you haven't filled it yet. Thank you. Prachi, you want to share anything?
Yes, so okay, 2-3 things actually. Has everybody joined the WhatsApp group here? All the teachers are there on the WhatsApp group?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so if not, can we just share the link of that WhatsApp group here in the chat box, so that if you're not there, please join, because all this kind of, workshops that we do and all, we keep on.
Bhavna, can you do it from your end, please?
Yes, we keep on doing, publicizing it over there. So first thing is that the next thing is, as Shraddha mentioned, copy the link of the feedback form, and that, because we will be, we will be looking at those responses and making the certificates accordingly. So make sure that you fill the feedback form and the post test, both are important. And before closing, I think we should take a group photo.
Yeah, if everybody could come on the video, please.
Yes, please.
My video doesn't work, so maybe I can join.
So those who can please on your videos.
Yeah, and I would like to actually take this opportunity to thank everybody at PKC, and of course each and every teacher and our CSpathshala team and the teachers from Nagpur who made the training so wonderful. So, and I look forward to all of you becoming our master trainers. You asked Geeta, you asked Prachiti, Ashwini. Once you start implementing, believe me, you draw so much strength from it. You are happy to share. So today I saw there were a couple of teachers who were like really enthusiastic. Believe me, once you do it in the classroom, you'll all enjoy it. And feel free to reach out to the team at PKC or to us if you have any questions, any support you need. We're always there. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Sonia. So this is the first step,
Thank you.
right, towards becoming the trainer at CSpathshala. Okay, so we can click a few screenshots. Bhavna, Shraddha, hope you're doing it. Yes.
My camera is not working.
That's fine, ma'am.
One. Yes, we are done.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye.
you.